Hello juniors, these are your video instructions for your Teens and Smartphones project. So to conclude our unit on Teens, Smartphones, and Technology, what you will be doing is creating a Google Slides presentation, and you will be including audio in that as if you were presenting it to the class. Obviously, you won't be actually presenting in front of your peers, but you will add audio. I'll give more instructions on how to do that in a little bit. That synthesizes or brings together the sources provided in this unit, includes a video, and includes visuals and personal connections to help make your argument. You will also be citing all of your sources via a works cited page or slide at the end of the slides. You'll be arguing one of two positions: that overall smartphones and all their features have an overall positive impact on teens, or that smartphones and all their features have an overall negative impact on teens. As a reminder, these are all the articles we studied in this unit. I have the titles, the author, where I posted it. 3 of them were on Actively Learn, and then the last one was on Classroom, and a link to each article so that you can create the citations. You also chose a YouTube video yesterday on this topic, and you talked about that video. You may include this video in your presentation or pick another one as long as it's credible, but you do need to have a video embedded in your presentation. You're going to have 5 work days to complete this project, which, if I'm going by the online learning guidelines, that's about 3 class periods. I will be available during our normal class time to answer questions on those 5 work days. So, for example, 7th hour, 1:30 to 2:20, I'll be in my email ready to answer questions for you guys. For 8th hour, that will be 2:25 to 3:15. What you're going to do when you're done is submitting it to an assignment in Google Classroom, either as a video file with audio of you talking over it if you use Screencastify, or as a Google Slides presentation if you embed audio into each slide. Again, more instructions on that to come in a moment. So here are your requirements. You do need to have a title slide with your name and a creative title. You need to make your position clear at the beginning of the presentation. This could be the slide right after your title slide. So tell me what you think. By the way, throughout this presentation, because this is a presentation, different format than an essay, it is okay to use I and you. I know I usually get on you guys about that, but it is okay to say I believe, I think. You're going to include, and this is really the bulk of the points and what I'll be looking at most, 3 to 5 slides detailing your argument. So you should have your own sentences, your own work explaining what you think, but you're going to support that with integrated evidence from at least 2 of the articles I provided, 2 out of the 4. So for example, if you were arguing that smartphones overall have a positive impact on teens, you would probably pick the 5 ways social media can be good and the scientific debate, because those 2 go into the most detail about the positive aspects. That being said, all of them really address the counter argument, so it's up to you. But you need to include at least 2 of the articles in your argument over whether you think they're positive or negative. If you want to include more, go for it. 2 is the requirement. With that, you need to have at least 5 integrations, so 5 quotations from the articles. And I would like them integrated, please. I don't want just the quotations on the slides, but I want them integrated as part of your own sentences when you're doing these slides. Now, 2 articles, 5 integrations, what does that mean? Well, you could have 2 integrations from one of the articles and 3 from the other. Or 1 integration from one of the articles and 4 from the other. However you split it up is up to you, but that's the requirement. Then you're going to have 1 slide that addresses the counterargument. So you'll acknowledge the other claim or the other side using 1 integrated passage from a 3rd different article. So to use the example I just gave, if you're arguing smartphones have a positive impact, you're probably going to use these 2 to support your argument. For the counterargument, you'd probably use this one, because this one was very negative in talking about the impact of smartphones on teens. That's a 3rd different article that you'll be using. Not that you have to, just giving an example. So you'll acknowledge the other claim. Again, integrated passage, one passage from that third different article. And then you'll counter or rebut that claim with one integrated passage from one of the articles that you used already to make your argument. So if you've been following along carefully, what that means is the requirement is that total, with your argument and the counter argument, you are using integrated passages from 3 of the 4 articles. That's the requirement. If you use all 4, that's excellent. You do not have to. After your counter argument, you're going to include one slide with a YouTube video embedded that supports your argument. To do that on slides, it's really easy. You just go to Insert and click Video, and you put in the YouTube link. You can use the video that you used in our assignment yesterday or a different one, but it should support your argument. Then finally, you'll have 1 to 2 slides that detail your personal experience to support your argument using I is okay. Be creative here. You could include text, although that's like the least interesting way to do this. You could include pictures. You could include a video of yourself talking about it. Whatever you want to do. But tell me about your personal experience and how that supports what you think. Of course, using I is okay. You're going to end with a works cited slide with all the sources you used, including the YouTube video. Don't forget that one. So remember I said you need at least 3 articles. Then you'll have your YouTube video, so you should have 4 citations at least on your works cited page. You will have to use EasyBib to make these citations. And the other requirement is that they have to be in alphabetical order. I put all the links to the articles in this document, so you can just plug those links into EasyBib and make the citations. The YouTube video, you'll have to, it depends on what video you picked, right? So you'll have to put the link into EasyBib and make it that way. What's really important and what I want to see on this presentation is that you're creative with visuals, formatting, font, GIFs, etc. I don't want to see boring presentations with just walls of text and no visuals. Have fun with it. Change up the font, change up the backgrounds, include more than one video if you want, include GIFs, make it fun, make it interesting for all of us to see, because you are going to be looking at and reviewing a few of your classmates' presentations. So make it something that people are going to be interested in. And you guys are very tech savvy, so you know how to do that better than I, so just be creative. All right, the last thing you need to do, in lieu of actually presenting this in front of the class, which we cannot do, is you're going to record yourself talking over your slides as if you were presenting them to the class. Now, it's okay to just read through the slides to us, but what you should aim to do is practice this a couple times, and then as you talk, have some variation in your voice. Try not to make it monotone. You can add different points that aren't necessarily on the slides, but you are going to record yourself talking over them. There are 2 options that I think are the best. If you know of a different option, let me know. If you want to do something else, that's fine, but I think these 2 are the easiest. The first is to use Screencastify, which this is what I'm actually using right now to make this video and what I've been using so far. It is a free Chrome extension. The free extension has a 5-minute limit. I'm thinking that you should be able to talk over your slides in the 5-minute limit. You might not be able to play your YouTube video if you do that as part of your presentation, but that's okay. If you talk over all the slides that you have the text on, that's all right. And then if you use this method, once you're done with the Screencastify, a new window pops up, and then you can convert your video to a WebM file that you can upload to Google Drive and then upload to Classroom. The other thing to do, and this is better if you don't want to limit yourself to that 5 minutes, is Google Slides just recently added this option to manually insert audio into each slide. And basically you go to insert, you click audio, and then you make a recording of yourself using the microphone on your computer. And you can make an audio clip for each slide and then embed them in each slide so that when I play your presentation, every time I click on a new slide, it plays whatever you've said. This link is really good step-by-step instructions on how to do that. But let me know if you're having any issues recording yourself. That being said, too, I realize some students might have issues recording, whether because you have lack of access or resources. If that's the case, let me know as soon as possible, please, and we will come up with an alternative. But I do need to know that, so let me know as soon as possible if you're going to have issues with the audio. Again, this is due to Google Classroom by next Thursday. Next Wednesday, the 22nd by midnight. We have class on Thursday as usual, and then Friday you guys don't have online school. So this will be due next Wednesday by midnight. Any questions, let me know. I'll be available on all those work days to help you guys, and I hope you have a good day.